So, Overwatch Beta. It happened. And it is happening right now.
It is happening right now. The Overwatch Beta is, as of posting, this should be now available. So, I know the closed beta was like the 3rd through the 5th, and now it's going to be the 5th through like the 8th or something like that.
Okay. For the open beta?
Yeah, for the open beta for everyone to play this game. Overwatch, okay, so initial thoughts like on Overwatch. I know we've been seeing a lot of this game. You know,
Better than Battleborn.
better than Battleborn. Yes, indeed. We've seen a lot about this game. I remember seeing this go into closed beta access like last year this time. And I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see it. Okay, so particularly, I remember seeing the cinematics. Okay, and I was like, whoa, talk about polished. You know, people comparing it to Pixar, that kind of thing. I would not deny it. You know, I feel they did an amazing job.
They did a good job. Packed an entire story into about 7 minutes.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, is this what Titanfall needed? You know what I mean? But that being said, after actually playing some of this beta, you can tell this game is smooth.
Oh, yeah. It's polished.
Yeah.
Definitely polished.
So, I mean, so what were your, first reactions going into this beta? Like, what did you expect? Did it live up to your expectations? That kind of thing, you know?
Okay, this game is exactly what I expected it to be. If I can say that. They described it as heroes. They all have their own little abilities, their own little perks and stuff, you know?
Yep. Classes, essentially.
Sure. Classes, yeah. And, of course, they're all centralized around iconic, likable characters.
Yes.
I'd say. Likable characters.
Yeah, I think they built the characters up pretty darn well.
Yeah. I'd love to know what the junk drawer of characters for Overwatch.
Oh man, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, if there's a bunch that are going to come back in, which ones were scrapped, what kind of concepts they had, because clearly these heroes are so vastly different. Each and every single one has like its own personality, and I feel like they did an amazing job with it.
With the diversity of the characters, definitely. If anything, it's really interesting. Okay, this game you can switch your classes.
Yep.
Mid-match. Oh yeah, mid-match. Every time you respawn. They added so many different classes and so many different playstyles that it functions almost like Call of Duty's class system where you set up your own class. Where in this case you don't really set up your class, but they have so much variety catering to you.
I think it's actually been so long since we've had like hero classes, and Blizzard is not new to this. They've done Warcraft, they've done World of Warcraft, so they know how to make a class. Call of Duty, on the other hand, like, it's been years since we've had, like, a shooter that was class-based like this. It just feels weird, and I've missed this. I'm a huge fan of the arena shooter, I'm a huge fan of class-based shooters as well. Classic Star Wars Battlefront 2, had great classes in there.
You know what I was surprised by this game?
Huh.
It's in first person.
Yeah.
And I would say, just hear me out here, okay, every one of Blizzard's games, okay, they're not first person. A lot of those are third person centric. Okay, they put lots of details into the characters,
and
Heroes the animations and all these things, and you don't see any of that in first person. Okay, and this game,
it feels weird. It's like there's so much polish on the characters that you're not even gonna play them in third person. You're gonna play them in first person.
Yeah, you don't even see them. The only time you see them is you see what other people are doing while running around.
And personally, I love it. I'm happy to see Blizzard going out of their, I don't even want to say comfort zone. They're such a massive, amazing, talented company.
They can do whatever
they can do anything they want. But, just for the point here, them branching out of their comfort zone, doing a first-person shooter, not really something they've done. So, I don't know. I remember seeing the beta gameplay, the early gameplay and all that. Honestly, not much has changed. It's very smooth, very fast. I love it. I absolutely love this game. I adore this game already.
I think there's a lot to like. I mean, they threw so much charm in here, it's ridiculous. I mean, you saw their animations, okay?
Yeah.
Or their cinematic trailers for the game.
Yeah,
okay?
Animated cinematic trailers.
Sure. They put a lot of quality into that, People are very much comparing them
Serious
to Pixar stuff.
Even I'm agreeing to that. Like, I think, the internet's likes to, blow things up sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't even disagree. My God.
No, it looks fantastic.
The level of polish, it's insane. One thing this game can't really escape, and maybe not this game so
let's
much as
hear it.
the other game I was going to talk about, is Battleborn can't escape this game. You know, Battleborn just recently released May 3rd.
Yep. MOBA.
Okay, so it
Completely different.
it released today at the day of recording. Okay. No, yesterday. Yesterday, I'm sorry. Yesterday.
Okay.
But it just released.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be geared more like a MOBA. It
is hero-based.
Gearbox.
Yeah.
It's hero-based.
And
It's-
Gearbox has plenty of experience in making first-person shooters.
Yes, yeah. They've done all the Borderlands, you know, which people love. Personally, I haven't played too much of Borderlands in general, but what I did play of Battleborn was fun, but at the same time, you know, I'm not really a big MOBA fan, so I gave it a chance, and I did enjoy some of the heroes and stuff, but like the MOBA aspect started to get to me after a while. It's like, I don't feel like playing as this class for 30 minutes.
Jesus, those matches were long. That's
They're
for
too
sure.
long. But that's just my opinion against a MOBA in general. You know,
Well, I think maybe we went into that game with the wrong expectation. We
Maybe.
weren't walking in there for a MOBA. We were like saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a hero-based shooter."
yeah, honestly, I was hoping, because they had the beta just recently, I was like hoping, okay, I get that feel of what Overwatch is going to be like, because I've always been looking forward to Overwatch.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll give this one a try. And I did enjoy Battleborn, you know,
I
somewhat.
like some of the characters. Yeah.
It was kind of fun. But, you know, just the MOBA aspects, the 30-minute matches, like, you picked a character you didn't like. What do? Drop out? You know what I mean?
Oh man, I did.
I did too.
I did.
I did too.
And not to mention those campaign missions. Okay, they function almost like raids. Which is
I
interesting.
like that they had some serious boss stuff in there, which was really cool.
That was interesting, but man, it's like if you don't have a mic to work with your team and you have to team up with like getting a bunch of guys
Yes.
to all coordinate and stuff, man, that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard.
True, so true. But getting back into Overwatch in general, with some of the stuff that's included in the game, one thing I loved about the beta is that they were like, no, we're not going to bother doing a demo. We're going to give you the whole mother-loving game.
Yeah.
This is the game you'll get when you go and buy it later this month.
It might have been detrimental to actually try and water down the demo.
If
you
they
know?
watered it down, I would have been nervous
Everyone would have been
myself.
playing as the same characters because there wouldn't have been enough to for overlap. You know.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I would have been nervous. You know, I'd been like, oh, are they going to make me pay for certain characters? And I would have to go online, do the research to find out, do I have to unlock characters? You know, and you don't.
Microtransactions. Question.
Microtransactions, are they in there? And apparently they're not in there. They've said multiple times there are no microtransactions.
Wow.
There are in-game currency, but you can't pay for that in-game currency.
Well, there
and
you
there's
go.
no microtransactions. So respectable, straight up.
Yeah.
Another thing I really loved about it is the serious costume design they have. When you sit down and you think about it, Blizzard is a big company. They have Diablo, they have StarCraft, they have World of Warcraft, all under their belts.
Oh, yeah.
Alongside with now Overwatch.
Right.
Some of these characters, immediately I started to think, I was like, okay, you know, are they going to have some really awesome characters? Like, are we going to have like an Alliance Stormwind, you know, armor, King's armor, you know what I mean?
Right,
like
yeah.
Paladin armor or something.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that for one of the characters. One character in particular, Reinhardt.
Yeah.
He would be a perfect example. They have a few skins, I think. Let me check this. Paragon. Yeah, right, straight up. Beautiful. We go a little harder. Lionheart. Okay, so clearly
Dang.
based on the Alliance Soldier, kind of. But I'm curious if they'll take it a step further and just go for it, full in. You know what I mean? And you've actually seen some of these things in Heroes of the Storm, okay, which is their actual MOBA.
That would be interesting.
Have you seen the MOBA?
I haven't actually
Haven't
seen
seen
the
it? Heroes of the Storm, yeah, it's a MOBA, but it's all of the Blizzard heroes from the different games, StarCraft and
That's
World of
interesting,
Warcraft,
but
and
it's a MOBA.
Diablo. It's a MOBA. I tried it, not my cup of tea. I don't like MOBAs that much, but it was cool. And they have a bunch of different. They had a bunch of different cross universe skins, like where they would have like someone from StarCraft. Okay, where they would take different characters and they would have skins. So they would take like a StarCraft character, but skin them as a World of Warcraft character.
Oh, okay.
Like in the realm of
okay.
like,
So
what
if
would this
they were,
person
if
be
they were
like in
thrown
World
into
of
this,
Warcraft?
boom.
Very cool results. I mean, you get Illidan, okay, but he's like Diablo. He's like the final boss from Diablo. Only it's Illidan. Very weird, very cool stuff. So I'm excited to see if Overwatch is going to get that treatment with the other with.
I would be totally open
universes.
for that. I think that'd be really cool.
I would love it.
And in fact,
would be
I would
amazing.
say if they had any closer World of Warcraft cameo in there, I don't know.
I don't care if they would charge me for it. Like, okay, like personally, I'm not a big fan of MOBAs. Okay, people pay the money, you know, for skins and characters in MOBAs. I'm not that kind of person. If you give me a solid skin, like I'm not talking a Call of Duty gun camo.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like meh. You know, but when you see like a full blown, and you can tell with some of these characters. My goodness, there are some serious overhauls compared to their original like character model.
Oh, absolutely. Some of these characters look Junkrat. Look at Junkrat's last costume.
Okay, let me
look
see.
at his last costume. Okay, one, he looks like something straight out of a Gearbox game. Okay, just automatically. But if you look at his last costume, that thing is not even comparable anymore.
No,
The Harvester.
the Harvester, Hayseed. Very, very cool stuff. I mean,
That is so cool.
and I've already seen them do this with Heroes of the Storm. They have some serious
So you know they can do
skins.
it.
I know they can do it. The best part is I know they're going to do it. So I'm really excited. Even if they didn't do it, I'm already in love with this game. They have amazing skins in here. If they have a
Amazing
season
characters.
pass, it's like I'm down. I've played the beta. I love it. I love this game. I've been waiting forever. I was very impressed when I actually got it in my hands. I was like, how's it going to run on an Xbox One? You know, I mean, that's what we play on.
Yeah.
You know, that's our online system. It runs smooth, runs great. So anyway, so what are some of your favorite characters, particularly? What are some of your favorite characters on this list of characters here?
You know, I'm liking McCree.
McCree's
Cowboy.
cool.
Okay, he's cool. I completely can't play with him, but he's cool.
He was
He's
difficult
really
to
cool.
play as.
Farah, oh my god. Farah is a straight up cameo of Samus.
I know. I was excited to see that. I was like, yes, these are all good things. This is how you do this, and it's great. You know, it's like a nod, you know, to some of the greatest, styles, you know, character archetypes. You know, developed in all these different games. We got a dwarf for crying out loud, who's an awesome mechanic. Fantastic.
That is pretty cool. Also, really interesting, they have characters based on all sorts of different regions around the world.
They do.
Okay, Zenyatta. I don't even think I said it.
Zenyatta.
Okay.
Where's Zenyatta?
At very end.
Oh, okay, the robot.
Yeah.
He's
The
clearly Indian of some kind.
Yeah. Maybe a Hindu religion, something
Yes,
like that.
yes, exactly. When I noticed this, okay, is when we started going to different maps. But they weren't like just random fantasy maps. They had a flag on it, like a country flag. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
wow, this is cool. Oh, now we're in
They're
the
like
UK. Now we're in the
future
United
countries,
States.
is what they are.
Very cool. Now we're in Spain or Mexico, you know? Very, very cool. I was very impressed with it. I mean, some of my favorite characters, personally, I can't get away from this character. Diva.
Neither of us can.
Oh my god. This
I almost
character,
named her Twitch stream. Twins Play Titanfall.
I
In
know!
the Overwatch.
Essentially,
In the Overwatch category.
Diva being a character where basically it's a girl who's in a mech. She's a Korean girl who's in a mech suit, runs around, can basically fly with a jump jet, okay? Can eject out of the Titan,
Blow it up.
the mech,
The mech,
and
yeah.
suicide on it as a special. Can respawn it over time if you deal enough damage.
Yeah. And when you jump out, okay, you're going full Zero Suit Samus. You run around with
Yeah.
your little handgun, and that's about it.
And you can survive. I've done that
Yeah.
multiple times where I've died twice in the entire match. You know, because I get out, you know, I suicide or something. You know, blow up my
Detonate
my
the
mech,
mech, yeah.
detonate my mech,
And just jump out, and then you start
jump
running.
out, bomb
Start
a few
gunning
people
a few
up,
people from a distance, yeah.
respawn my mech, get back in, do it again. Fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Another
Yeah.
one of my favorite characters, Bastion.
I haven't played as him yet. Not much.
He was difficult to play because he was easy to take down. It says he has 300 HP. I don't know if I believe it. Because he dies so fast. It's weird. But essentially he's a mobile robot who... Well, I mean, he turns into a mobile turret. I shouldn't even say that. He turns into a turret, and his special turns into a mobile tank.
That's fun.
Which just wrecks.
I haven't gotten the tank yet. It looks fun.
Any of your other favorite characters?
Oh, absolutely here. One, Hanzo. Okay, the bowman.
Hanzo.
Okay, it's just cool. I love running around with a bow. I'm not very good
He was
with
cool. He was cool. I was excited. I'm excited to play as Junkrat. Haven't got to do it yet. Winston, instant classic, just because of his cinematic stuff. Great character, great
Absolutely.
great personality and all that. Tracer, I found insanely difficult to play as,
I've been using
but not because of the power ability. Like, I was able to move around with amazing maneuverability, but I felt like the blasters were so weak. I was just getting wrecked anytime I got near a tank. You know, it was just like, just run away.
Yeah.
You're pointless.
See, and here comes in some of the charm. Baston, or he talks by tweeting.
Yeah, he
with
tweets
the little
his
bird he keeps.
He's got a little bird that sits on his shoulder, and he
killer death robot, and then he tweets. He tweets and tweets as he talks.
He's like a big peaceful robot, just wonderful, wonderful.
Just talks with the bird.
Torbjorn. I think it's Torbjorn. Torbjorn.
The dwarf.
The dwarf. I can't say it. It's a bit Nordic there. Fantastic character. Absolutely loved it. I don't know. I love the cast in this game. It's just fantastic. Reinhardt, okay, big meaty tank. They have different play styles as well in this game. Okay, so you have your attackers, you have your supports, you have your defensive tanks. There's two groups. There's an attacker, which is a rook tower. I don't know what that means. And then there's an attacker that shows a few bullets, and I don't really know the difference yet. But
spray and pray?
Spray and pray, yeah. Reaper's in that category. Reaper, a lot of fun to play as.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I'm pretty excited about this beta.
I'm kind of excited to learn to master some of these characters. They show a difficulty rating, and rating on some of the characters.
McCree was a 3 difficulty, while Farah was a 1.
Yeah,
very easy. You use nice rocket launcher.
Yeah, super easy. I don't know.
Demon was a 2. So I guess I agree.
2.
I guess I agree.
The moves, I guess, are slightly specialized. I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I want to pick a few characters and master them. I want to
big time. Heck yeah. So okay. So how's about this? Has the demo beta? it's a demo. I mean, it comes out on like the 24th, 25th.
Not gonna lie, most betas are just demos.
Most betas are just stress
they're
tests
public
on servers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Has this beta convinced you to buy the game?
I would say yeah, it did.
I mean,
it's not $40 on consoles.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
we should
debacle.
probably talk about that.
Yeah, let's discuss that real quick. Okay, so if you're playing this on PC, you can get it for $40.
Boom!
You
should
excited.
buy this. There's no reason you shouldn't if you're on PC. If you're playing on PC,
if you can run it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, if your PC can handle this kind of thing, I mean, if you like team-based shooters,
it's $40.
I mean, a lot of people
It's
compare
cheaper.
it to Team Fortress 2.
Oh,
you know. I like this better than Team Fortress 2.
The
it has way more classes.
Excessively likable. Yes, there are many classes.
Every character.
I still want to see the junk drawer of Overwatch.
I know.
Just characters that didn't make the cut.
That would be interesting to see. But anyway, so if you're planning on picking this up for a console like we are, it's going to cost you $60. Which I was very disappointed to hear because basically they're calling it the Origins Edition, okay, and all you really get for it is a bunch of skins. But the problem is they're not even an option of skins. It's like, no, we could just... If they told me, okay, that they were going to sell me a $60 version with some extra skins in it, I would have considered just paying some $60 and doing it. I'm still considering it. I'm going to buy this game for the $60 either way.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed not to see the option. Why not just sell it for $40, have the special edition with the extra skins? You know what I mean?
I think the standard for console, obviously, the standard on console is you pay $60. And they could get away with it. They have a good game that probably everyone's going to want to get in, meaning they can get away with putting the $60 on there. Like, God dang it, I'm going to have to pay the $60.
And I mean, they give you a lot for your money, They give you a bunch of different skins for like a bunch of different characters.
But still, that's not really something I would pay for.
And exactly, it's like, but I wouldn't have paid for those skins to begin with. If it was available on day one, I wouldn't pay the $20 for those skins.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, well, to me, those skins are not worth the extra, but there's no option not to buy it.
I wonder if this is a strategy with Blizzard, not only to raise the price to an average console game of $60, but to make it a complete experience. No, there is no DLC pack that's been sitting there since day one. This isn't day one DLC. This is part of the game.
Yeah.
Which, probably smart. They're going to dodge some of the bad press doing that no day one DLC. A lot of people complain about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Skins don't really bother me too much.
Day one DLC. Oh, man.
Yeah, skins don't particularly bother me too much.
No.
But either way, I'm not going to lie.
Don't say that to an Evolve fan.
Yeah, they had some really bad DLC going on there. There was some wonky stuff going on there.
But not in this case.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have put $60 on this game if they told me it was gonna be $60 in the first place.
Yeah.
$40 bonus on PC. More power to you. But overall, the beta has definitely more than convinced me to buy this game. I can tell it's bleeding quality. As a team-based shooter, one of the most fun I've had since I discovered Call of Duty.
Since you discovered it.
I'm not going to lie. I'm more excited about this game than I am the new Call of Duty. I'm more excited about this game than almost any game that's releasing this year.
One thing I find interesting about this is that they released everything.
Yes.
All the characters are there, so there's not really anything new to look forward to other than what you found here. Exactly. But if you like what you found here, which I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there you go.
So, sold.
If you happen to like this video, go ahead and maybe hit that subscribe. We also do a Twitch show.
And if you want to check that out, that's at Twitch TV/Gaming Twin Show.